is Jillian Yates, and I'm the Chief of Maternal Newborn Medicine here in Collingwood. I started here in 2000, and since 2001 I've been the Chief of the department, except for 1 year when Dr. O'Toole gave me a break, and then 3 years when I was Chief of Surgery. In that time we've gone from 300 deliveries done by family doctors to 550 deliveries plus per year.
Wow.
And we have an interdisciplinary team of family doctors, midwives, and obstetricians. We've gone from me when I started to now we're 3 and we're going to be 4 in July. And amongst those changes, one of the things that's happened that's not unique to us is family doctors are delivering fewer and fewer babies these days. And so when family doctors don't deliver babies, family doctors aren't there to help you when your babies are sick. So we've encountered a shrinking pool of people, and when we asked people what were barriers for them to start helping with resuscitation, amongst the barriers were that it's terrifying and we hardly ever do it, and when you do it, it's very stressful. And we would like more opportunities for education and practice. And certainly I can attest to all of those things being true, especially since most of the time you're not expecting those babies. So the expectation is completely different, which adds to the stress. The medicine is completely different because it's really tiny. So what we've developed is an interdisciplinary, so nurses, midwives, RTs, and doctors who all practice together. We practice in our own roles and in each other's roles. We break down the components of each practice so that when you're coming in, we work on communication. So what happens, what messages are you asking, and what messages are you getting from you when you walk in the door? How do you talk? How do you organize your team? How do you do the airway? How do you do the circulation? So how do we assume that, make sure that the breathing is good? How do we make sure that not only is there a good airway, a way to get the air in, but is that air then getting into the bloodstream? How do we know that we've got intravenous access when your IV is like a big hair, and we can use the umbilical cord, we can actually drill into the bone in the leg to give some fluid, which is scary as all get out, so it helps to practice that a lot. How do you do all these things? And so we've broken those down into components. Well, physical space is a huge barrier for us, and we can't move walls, but we've recently renovated this room and the next room, all with donor money, thank you very much. And we've taken out counters. All of these tables are very mobile, all these carts are mobile. All of them are set up the same way, so we have the ability to take that room within 10 minutes, take everything out of there and set up this exact thing in that room. So we can deal with 2 babies. The only thing we don't have is a second ventilator, but everything else we have. We have all of this in the OR as well, and we can take this to the OR if we're having twins there. We can set up, we can probably run, depending on how severe, 3 sick babies at the same time, but we'd be calling in a lot of people. Because in this room, when there's a sick baby, there's an RT usually stands at the head because they do, a respiratory therapist does the airway. There is one nurse here and a doctor here, or vice versa, because you're trying to do all the lines. One person is setting up all of the stuff that we need when we're doing the lines, the taping of the lines, all this stuff. One person is recording, and one person's probably over there talking to sick kids. And then the lab comes in, and the lab has to get their blood work. X-ray comes in, they put the X-ray thing here. The machine goes in this room right around here, so we don't have to move the baby. This weighs the baby itself. So on June 10th, we're going to do something called NRP+. So one of the pediatricians from Aurelia, once every other month, comes here and we run a scenario with her of a baby they've gotten from somebody else. And so we take it not just from the initial resuscitation, but what you do later on, how do you deal with a metabolic problem, like things that you wouldn't otherwise think of. These type of scenarios that you wouldn't otherwise not see, they're doing this. And so what we've done is with our rapid cycle simulation, their scenarios, their people. We're doing our first ever trial of an integrated, multidisciplinary, multi-hospital resuscitation day. And we've got teams, and we're gonna walk through scenario, and they're gonna come with 3 pediatricians and some RTs. All of us are here. The day is so full, we have people asking to join, we can't let them. And so that's our first one, and if that goes, then we'll be doing more of them.